Now we got a criteria on what's the latest mile we going up, what's the mileage we going up, and the colors. We talk about the color schemes, right? So our goal is to make sure that when somebody get our car, they don't want to give it back. That's one. So you can get an older model car. They just forget what you're saying. This one is cheaper. I'm gonna get this one cheaper, and I'm gonna rent it out for the same price you rent it out. I'm like, okay. But guess what? When they see that you're renting that older model car for the same price I'm renting my newer model cars out, they're going to say, hey, here's your keys back, and go book mine just as fast. So we don't set you up for failure. I ain't going to play this game with you, right? I'm telling you, I got my drivers that saying, I got two drivers that one driver paid me 2 weeks in advance, okay? The other driver paid me on Sundays. He don't even let it go to Mondays, right? So you gotta understand, these people are gonna pay in advance, pay on time, pay late.
So how do you first of all, how do you even get your drivers to agree to paying such a high late fee like that? Like,
once again, when you want something, you do whatever you need to do to get it, right? How many people you sign contracts and you see something that you didn't like, but you still sign it because you want what you're signing for, right?
Terms and conditions. Every day, terms and conditions, so I understand.
But no, I pointed out to them. I said, here's the contract, read it over. Right? They're like, okay, it's good. I said, okay, let's put a couple things to you. It's 7 o'clock. If you're not there by 7 o'clock, we will include a $100 late fee. Oh, okay. Right? If you go out of state lines and it's not an Uber Lyft ride, we're going to charge you 50 cents a mile. Oh, okay. Stuff like that. So I make sure I highlight. As a matter of fact, on the contract, it's highlighted.
Right. Period.
Okay. It's highlighted, and then I also speak it to them before they sign that contract, because it becomes something memorable in their mind. So when I on their first Monday, I give them a courtesy text or call saying, "Hey, it's 6 o'clock. Just want to let you know, if it goes past 7 o'clock, we will be charging that late fee of $100. Just so you know." Damn. And guess what? Before 7, they either send it or they're like, "Oh, I ain't gonna make it. I'll send it tomorrow. No problem." Okay. Some people will try to say, "Can I do $50?" I'm like, no, it's not negotiable. You signed the contract that you agreed to $100. Okay. Right. So they're like, "Oh, okay." I said, I don't want you paying the late fee because I really don't. But if you're inconveniencing me, I have to inconvenience you so that you'll make it a habit. I need it to hurt. I don't need to be like, "Oh, $50, I pay that next week. That's cool. I pay it every day."
Right.
And that's what frustrated me, right? So I'm like, dang, okay, I pay this money. I'm in here. I think you're gonna give me everything. But they don't. They're like, "Oh, just figure it out, ask around, da. Now I will give you homework so you can learn it, because I'm not gonna give you the exact person. I'm gonna tell you how we came to find these people. And I'm gonna bring the mechanic on the platform to talk about the strategy. I'm gonna bring, how we do this, okay? And so that you understand that the process is what the process is, right? And you respect the process, because the process is designed to make you win, okay? So we cover those aspects, because I got, like you said, I hate getting to it. I won't say hate. I highly dislike when I'm in a course and I want the sauce, but you're giving me a teaspoon of the sauce.
Right.
You ain't giving me the bowl. Right. And so I want to be able to say, this is exactly what I do. These are my resources. This is what I've used. Now I'm trying to create your own resources, right? So that we can have a network of resources that we put inside the Facebook group, no matter what city we in, right? That's how you build a strong, lasting community, because we pull out some resources together. There's no such thing as saturation in our work. Man, you good. You so good, girl.
Did I just answer my own question?
Yeah, you did. That was great. That was a good question. A great answer to the question that you asked. So, exactly. Because I'm not all around the world with this thing, first of all, the Uber and Lyft driver pays for the week they're about to do. So the $200 deposit covers the 2 days of late fees if they happen to be late past Monday, right? So I already got paid for the late fee and the deposit. If you're late 2 days, no call, no show, your deposit is now salvaged and it's not coming back to you. Now, if you're connecting with me and you're calling me and we're having a conversation, I give you up to 4 days to get your late fee and your stuff in, right? Because if you go past that, you ain't gonna be able to afford it. Let's be clear, right? After 4 days, I will kill switch the car. and get it back. Thank God I never had to do that because we have a great understanding of my drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, I never had to do it because they took care of it, right? They took care of it.
Right.
Okay, but it's all about being firm and fair, not friendly.
So you have a kill switch and a GPS tracker in all of your vehicles.
All day. My GPS tracker that my mentee's gonna have is so detailed. I know how fast you're going when you're driving actually on the road because my GPS updates every 13 seconds. So I can look at where you are and say you're moving and tell me how fast you're moving right now. And let me know if you go up 90 miles, 100 miles, if you're braking hard, if you're accelerating hard. It's gonna let me know, right? Because that's the wear and tear of the car, and it gives each driver a score every week. Okay. And so I can see how many miles they've driven. I can see how long they've been driving, like how many hours they've been with the engine on. Okay. If they idling, everything. I can even put my maintenance records in the trackers. And if I need an oil change to be given every 3,000 miles, when it starts to go to 3,000 miles, it's going to alert me, the driver, and the mechanic that it's time for oil change. Yeah. So that's the level. Of when we transition. Remember, I told you your cars are going to pay for all your luxury cars. Your economies, your daily drivers are going to pay for all your luxury cars, right? Shout out to Solo Book. Shout out to Mooch 215. I see you, G Money. So here's the thing. Once we have our income where we want it to be, and it's now paying for our luxury vehicles, now when I do for my mentees, we go to the next level, right? And so we're gonna get these luxury cars, but we're not gonna play with Turo. There's many places that we can put our cars that they want it, and they'll pay us just to have it to shoot videos, weddings, photo shoots, everything. So if we have music videos as well. It all depends on the person's budget. But it don't matter because I'm not putting miles on my car like that.
Right. So right? It's a win-win situation at the end of the day.
I can flow however I want to flow, right? I can pull up on these sets. I can put myself in position to make new relationships, and then because my cars grant access, right? I can connect with all the photographers that's just getting started, but they got clients and work a deal out and grow with them. When I was in the music industry, I would grow with. I was in the music industry. I worked at Def Jam. All my producers want to work with the big artists, but they didn't know that the source was working with the new artists that's about to be big, so that when they become big, they're taking you with them, because you was there with them when they first started their career to offer the production that they needed to go to the top. Everybody wants to start at the top. Don't understand is that if you build a foundation from the bottom, you will own the top when the top becomes the top. Because your whole network is something that you grew from the bottom on up. Right. So same thing here. Our mentee, once we become dominators and we got cars going, we got our income going, we're going to the next level, right? Luxury cars to get into the different networks, right? Right. All you that's getting in the game, that's got clientele or got great work, but they're just not out there, or the people that do got great work, it's the sauce. I'm telling you, it's crazy. So that's the next evolution of rideshare domination. We're going to dominate the marketplace, right? The scale is exactly about scaling. We scale with our economy fleets to scale with our luxury and exotic fleets, right? I actually made a connection with one of the big time guys in my gym. I go to Lifetime Fitness, and I told him what I do, and he said, "Well, shoot, we can sponsor you and have your luxury car sit right in the front of the gym." And at this car at the gym, it says, "Rent me for your next private event." How powerful is that? And it's sitting in front of a gym that got 5,000 people coming in, and not just low level people that got money, basketball players, all kinds of people that spend money, because my gym costs $165 a month to be at. So I know if you're paying
they got money, yeah. They got like a whole smoothie juice parlor up in there. I know. I ain't never been inside, but I know. They got an indoor-outdoor pool with a slide. Come on. And the economy cars are recession-proof. The luxury cars aren't, right? They're not going to Uber eat in a Lambo. They're not Uber eating in a Lambo. You know what I'm saying? Like, beep, yo, you always do Chipotle? Like, Lambo? Like, pulling up in a Lamborghini to deliver Uber Eats. That's funny. That's true. That's true.
Right.
That is true. That's
we got to work smart. Right? We got to work hard smartly. I am in Atlanta right now. I'm in Atlanta. I'm from the Bronx. I live in Atlanta. And like I said, I rent cars everywhere. I JV cars too, But the JV car with me, you have to be a part of the mentorship, right? I give first move advantage to my mentees, and so that's what it's about for me. Like, these cars are going to be recession proof. Matter of fact, the last recession, the last guy I rent my car out to, and I'm telling you, she blowing my phone up. She blowing my phone up. So at the end of the day, she's like, "Oh my God, I made so much money in the recession." She's like, she said she was making about $300 in a couple of hours because everybody, and so, but to answer your question, because they asked for pay stubs, but I told them I'm 1099. Now, Capital One needs your pay stub. They don't play that business stuff, right? So I did my 1099. Okay, I showed them my, we talk about all that, of course, what really goes down. But I gave them all my documentation, let them know I'm LLC, and also hired by my company. And so you can do pay stubs, you can do, but you guys got to, and if you're doing pay stubs, they got to be legit. They read them fake pay stubs. Them days are over. They know exactly. To the point where the underwriter told me, she said, yeah, all we gotta do is call ADP and actually is you legit. They'll tell me right then and there. They can see it. They gave all these pay stub companies, gave these lenders, these dealership access to their back office. So they'll be able to see right then and there. And if you got paycheck fraud, they can lock you up. So I wouldn't advise that, Joy. Like I said, we talk about coming correct with it, coming legit with it.
Right.
Because it's a level. Yeah,
no more CPNs.
Definitely no more CPNs. Lord, baby Jesus, if you try to do a CPN, oh my God, Moose, no. He knows firsthand. Somebody I tried to show some love to, she came with some CPNs. Lord, baby Jesus, they read it like the First Amendment. I'm trying to tell you, them CPNs, no ma'am, no spam. If you're doing a business, your business has to be set up correctly, right? It's important that your business is structured the right way. And we're going to go over that in the mentorship. I'm going to have a business expert come out there and show you how to properly structure your business to make it make sense for you and everybody that's about to come. Everybody that's about to come after you. Tracy, what a superstar. But that's what I'm saying. What come with the marketing? See, I got my cars on Turo, but they're not active, right? And even if I did have my cars on Turo, I never would wait for Turo to rent my cars out. You see, I would go and market my car like I would market any car, and when somebody's ready to rent it for me, I would send them my Turo link. So that it's my Turo link, my BMW. They ain't looking left, they ain't looking right. We don't play those games. We dominate.
So you basically use Turo. You use Turo, but you use Turo like when you already have a customer and you just want them to pay through there, so it's legal and it's on paperwork and everything like that.
That's an option. That's not the private way. I don't rent through Turo. I don't rent through Hyrecar. I'm totally private. But I call those training wheels. Right? So I call the platform your training wheels. So in the course of the mentorship, we're going to talk about training wheels, where until you get comfortable being private, we're going to market as such, and then when it's ready to rent out, you're going to give me your Hyrecar link. Okay? So because Hyrecar don't cater to people that got cars like we got. They cater to the little putt cars that's $25 a day to $40 a day. My car is minimum $58 a day. And so when I do my Turo play, my Hyrecar play, I'm marketing off of Hyrecar, and they already agreed to my price, right? So when it comes time to rent the car, I send them my link. They go directly to that link and see this car and the price that we agreed upon, and they book it. I'm just giving up percentages to Hyrecar until I feel comfortable enough to take my training wheels off and do it myself, right?
So you're doing all of this, like you basically have like a private rental company where you have multiple vehicles, and you don't even have like a building. Now that I'm thinking about it, you don't have no building. You don't pay rent on no utilities for your building. You literally just do this all like online.
Pretty much. I don't have a website.
Which is dope.
Yeah, I don't have a website. I don't got a web page. You can't see the cars that I have. You only see them when I market them on Marketplace or the Facebook groups or Craigslist, or we call it a comparison flyer. I should have to do a comparison flyer. It's an offline flyer that you get to do where you're showing the difference between you and some of these big renters, right? So that's basically what I love about this. That's what I'm saying. For those who want to get into part of the mentorship, it's RideShareDomination.com, and Financial Bae is going to give you a special code, which is called FBAE. Right.
You can type it in the comments and I could pin it if you want to.
All right.
You can type it in the comments and I can just pin it because that might be easier. And once he types it in the comments and it's pinned, everybody just screenshot it, and then you guys could just save it to your phone and then go to it and then put the discount code in and stuff. for this. Wow, this was a really good live.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, we look at the impact over income. Right. We focus on the impact, income must come, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what we focus on. Like, I ain't got time to play with you. I'm from New York. We don't play those games. I ain't got time to play with you because I want nobody playing with me, right?
Right.
So hopefully that worked right there. Look at Jaleesa. That's like Jaleesa. It pays no Jaleesa. That's my VP. That's the one person that runs my whole company, right? Shout out to you, Jaleesa. It pays no Jaleesa. It really pays to no Jaleesa. And I ain't gonna cap. It really do.
Where did she go? Okay.
So that's my whole business is ran by her, and the work that we do is not hard work, right?
Right.
It's the setup process, and then after that is the retention every 28 days to follow up. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I like how you get paid every week, though. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's crazy. And
so you have all of your cars rented out to people?
Yes, I don't have. Only car I have is the one I'm driving.
Dang. And wait, and how much you charge per car per week?
$400 to $500 a week. So I'm ranging.
Wow.
So I don't have any cars that's $300 or $350. The last one I got
500 times 4.
2,000.
2,000 times 10.
20,000.
Wow.
One car.
Wow, that's really cool. So you basically make $20,000 a month.
So yeah, pretty much. One car. So you gotta understand, minus expenses and paying for the car and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, she over there counting my money, y'all. You can see this craziness.